Hello, ladies. Lovely to meet you all. Good day or good evening, wherever you are in the world, or good morning. I'm in the beautiful city of Cape Town, South Africa, and I shall soon be in London. So I'm looking forward to hopefully meeting Yvonne and Sydney. Okay, so let's dive right in. I've got a couple of questions for you before we get going. And my first question, if you can, firstly, let me just say, if there's anyone else who can put their videos on, that'd be fantastic. I hate looking at a screen and not being able to see a smile or a reaction. I don't know if you've ever tried that, just staring at a blank screen, like you're talking to nobody. Okay, so thank you, Sydney. Thank you, Gina, Renee, Susie, Marirai, lovely, Salome. Awesome. Thanks, ladies. Okay, so my first question, if you can answer in the comment box, is twofold. So firstly, do you have a website? It's a yes or no. And does it generate serious business for you? Yes or no. So there's two answers to the question, please. Yes, no. Sometimes. No. Yes and no. Salome, you've only answered one question. Website, and does it bring significant business to you? What about the other fireflies? Michelle, Maggie, Sally, Marigold, still new, yes, no. Okay. I wonder if you can see that most people are saying yes, no, right? Mm-hmm. And having spoken to over 50,000 people in the last 3 years, that is the standard answer of 95% of people on these webinars. 95% of people have a website, but it's not working. It's got to, I mean, you have to ask yourself the question, why do I have a website? So I'm glad you're all here. And my second question is, who can give me the definition of the term value proposition? If you can't, then it's a no immediately. You don't have to go to the second question. The second part is, do you have a value proposition? So if you don't really know what a value proposition is, just go no. No. Where's Lorraine? Where's Michelle? Where's Fayola? Where's Christiana? Yes. Okay, good. Where's the rest of the ladies? Zena, Susie, Renee, no. Okay, so generally speaking, and even when you say yes, Farira, I must tell you this. I've asked that question to 50,000 people and one got it right. One. Okay. So when most people think they know what a value proposition is, they don't actually. However, if you would like to prove me wrong, you're welcome to tell me what it is in the comment box. If you said yes, like Zena said, like Farirai and Susie, you're welcome to tell me if you'd like to take that chance. So go ahead while I move on to the next question. All right, and my last question is, what is the value of one new client for you in your business over a year period? So if you had to get a new client tomorrow, what's the value to you over a year period? One client.
Hello, can you please repeat the question? I quite not understood. I'm so sorry for that.
No problem. So if you get one more client tomorrow, you get a customer, right? What is that customer worth to you over a year? And when you say 20,000, what currency is that? Ferrari? That is incorrect, unfortunately, as I expected, but that's okay. Okay, so that's pounds. So pounds, 250, 10,000 pounds, 24,000 pounds, 20,000, 100,000, 6,000, fabulous. Okay, you're all in the game. Good. And those are nice figures for a client, right? Excellent. Okay, we'll come back to that one. Thank you for that. US dollars, 6,000. Great. Okay, so very quickly, who am I? Scotty told you a bit about me, but I'm what you call a conversion optimization specialist, and I specialize in 4 areas: marketing, sales, communication, and prospect and customer experience. Those 4 elements of your business will increase your conversions if you improve those 4 areas. And that's what I help my clients with. I've been very lucky to go to 21 cities around the world to speak to multi-million-dollar entrepreneurs, to help them with their businesses. and to speak to them about conversion optimization, which not many people even understand or know what it's about. And then I co-founded a company, which is a global company where we got clients in 52 countries. And then I have a School of Entrepreneurship, which is a full-time year course for our youth. And we have students from 17 countries all over Africa, and in fact, even in Jamaica and America. And then I have a foundation, and the foundation helps orphans between the age of 18 and 24. And then I have a school program launching soon where we teach our kids at school about entrepreneurship. So that's very quickly my CV. So let's dive in. You know a little bit about me, and I think that's all you want to know right now. Okay, let's talk about this thing, the value proposition. Farirai, I hope I got the name, Farirai. I hope that's correct. Farirai. It's the benefit your product brings to your client. Okay, so Christiana says it's an actual pain point you solve for your client. Christiana, 50% there, and Farirai is 50% there. So no one gets it 100%. They seem to miss one incredibly important point. And you'll see when someone starts a business, this is actually the thing you should be doing before you even start your business, and you'll see why it's so important now. And yet, having spoken to 50,000 people in the last 3 years, I was very lucky to be on stage with Deepak Chopra. I'm sure you've heard of him. I'm sure you've heard of Les Brown. I'm sure you've heard of DeMartini. I'm sure you've heard of Jack Cranfield. I'm sure you've heard of Suzanne Lecter. I was very lucky to be on stage with them, and we spoke to 50,000 people over the last 2 years. And if you look at this term, if we break it down and we say, what does value mean? Your value is your worth, right? And the second point is proposition. And proposition is your proposal. So what is the proposal? What is the worth of your proposal to your potential customer? Now, in the dictionary, it says, especially to suggest sexual intercourse. That's not my words. It comes straight from the dictionary. So I'm just putting that out there, and we're not going to be discussing that today, ladies. Okay, so we're moving on to what the value proposition actually stands for. That comes from the dictionary. Okay, so what is a value proposition? It answers one very, very important question in your business. And this is where I can tell you now 99.9% of businesses get it wrong. So what is this question? Here's the question. If you have to take one screenshot, write one thing down from this presentation, this is it. If I am your ideal customer, prospect, why must I buy from you rather than your competitors? Just think about that question. If you can answer that effectively, powerfully, and uniquely, I will buy from you. But in most of our business, we are unable to do that. You see, when I ask someone, what makes you special? Generally speaking, I get the answer, me, my service, my product. That's not a value proposition. You see, you want me to buy your service, or you want me to buy your product. But why must I buy it from you? What makes you so special? And I actually have a 6-hour workshop on this topic, believe it or not, 6 hours to put together this value proposition. And I'm sure all of you, hopefully in your mind, you can see how powerful this question is. The problem is most of us can't answer it effectively enough. That's the biggest challenge. And I'm going to break it down for you. I'm going to show you how to go about it in a short period of time, just to put you onto another level. So I'm sure you've heard this saying. It's got some biblical references. I'm sure you're all familiar with it. Yes, 100%. I don't think I know anyone who's not familiar with it, but do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Now, who agrees with this? Yes or no? I mean, yeah, I mean, do you think it's a good thing? Do you say yes? Yes. Viola says yes. Welcome on camera, Rachel. Nice to see you.
Sorry,
Do you
I'm late.
all agree with this? Yeah? Okay. So I don't agree with it. Oh, he's going against the saying. What's going on here, right? Well, here we go. This is what I believe in. And I'm talking purely business, ladies. That's it. You need to put yourself in your prospect shoes, and you need to ask this question: do unto others as they would have you do unto them. Now think about that saying. Do you think everyone believes what you believe? Do you think everyone likes what you like? Do you think everyone likes green? Do you think everyone likes a Mercedes? No. So how can you sell something to someone when you're talking about what you like, right? So you've got to get into their heads, into their shoes. The platinum rule, I'm telling you.
12 is 30.
Okay. And it's something that I established in my mind one day. I was like, what is this saying? It doesn't make sense to me, right? So this is what I teach. I teach people to think that way because I'm obsessed with why people say yes. Simple. So if we look at the value proposition of myself and Scotty and what we're doing with you, this is our value proposition. We help high caliber entrepreneurs generate exceptional referrals, right? Exceptional referrals. By providing a level of service excellence. We don't deal in anything but excellence. And distinguishing themselves. Distinguishing is in making yourself better than your competitors. Converting more prospects. Retaining these. Now you've converted a prospect. Now you have a client. You want to retain them. You now want to maximize your profit, increase your market share. And I'm sure none of you want to work any harder than you are currently working. And that's our value proposition. So when someone works with us, we say, are you that person? If you're that person, we can work with you. If you're not that person, we can't work with you. All right? Does that make sense? Because we don't want to work with everyone in the world. It's not our goal. Okay, so what are we going to talk about in this session? We're just going to zoom in on one of these factors. And that factor is, how do you distinguish yourself from your competitors? Now, just to give you an example, I don't know what everyone does in the room, but if you are a chiropractor, what you have to realize is not only chiropractors are your competitors. Masseuses are your competitors. Back machines are your competitors. Physiotherapists are your competitors. So there's never no competitors. There's always someone who's competing with you. Okay. And I'm sure you're all very familiar with the traditional funnel. I'm sure you've all seen it. This has been around for millions of years, and everyone talks about the funnel and my pipeline. And this is basically people coming to your websites, people coming to your calling you, people mailing you. That's your pipeline, right? But I'm not really. In fact, I did a psychometric test and they called me a maverick, which means I don't really conform to norms. And this is a norm for me, because this is the norm. This is what happens. We expect people to come into our funnel and then they drop out of the funnel. Some of them become clients and most of them run away and don't become clients. So I believe in this principle, or this thinking tool called inversion. And what inversion is trying to look at things not from a traditional perspective, looking at it from a non-traditional perspective. So instead of asking the question, how to do something, I would say to you, well, how not to do it, right? And you'll see it now. I'm going to give you 3 life examples, nothing to do with business, just life. So you understand the concept. Number 1, if you're decluttering, I'm sure we've all decluttered at some stage in our lives. We normally ask this question: what do I want to get rid of? Inversion is, what do I want to keep and why? Because once you've got that, the rest is cheers, right? Why are you looking at what you want to throw away? Look at what you love dearly, what you want to keep. That's inverting. Let's take this to relationships, ladies. If you are married or been married, what is the question we often ask ourselves? What must I do to make my marriage work? Oh, you hear that all the time. Sue, what must I do to make my marriage work? Invert the principle. What behaviors might ruin my marriage? The interesting thing about this principle is that list is a lot longer. Okay, the list of what I must do not to ruin my marriage is a very long list, and it makes you think, because it's things you won't think of when you're looking at what must I do. Okay, so Scotty, can you just mute some of the
please do put your machines on mute, please, because we'd really like to hear what Leon's saying.
Thank you. And then let's take personal finance. Instead of saying, how do I make money, which we all do, how do I make money? How do I get more clients? What about saying, how am I losing money? How do I cut my costs? Now, if you say, how am I losing money? Guess what you're doing? If you've got a website and you're saying, how do I get more people to my website? The wrong question. The question is, how am I losing money from my website? Why am I losing money from my website? And I'm going to give you the answer to that. So instead of this, which is the traditional, let's invert the funnel. But no one does, but today we're going to do it. And I'm going to do it with you and explain to you what it means. So what do you think I'm looking at? Instead of saying, how do I get people in my funnel? What's the question I'm asking? What do you think is the question I'm asking? Drop it in the chat box. Use the inversion principle. How do I get people into my funnel? Invert the question. Why are they falling out of my funnel? And all of a sudden, you start thinking very differently. It's quite incredible. When you apply this tool, your mind goes into places you've never thought of. Right? And let me explain. So why are they not buying from you? Not, I want to make more sales. Why are the ones that are not buying for you? Why are they not buying from you? Because as soon as you adjust that, you'll get more sales. So the rhetorical question, why do you think in your mind people are dropping out of your funnel? Well, let me give you some examples. What about this? Would you say I'm correct if I say the economy, the government, no money, your clients don't have money, the pricing's not good, there's a lot of competition, COVID was a problem for you, Would you say these are reasons people are dropping out of your funnel? Yes or no? Just drop it in the chat. Sydney says no. No. Antoinette, half. Okay, cool. What are the other ladies? Maybe. Okay, maybe. So if that's not, then why are they dropping out your funnel? If you say no, Antoinette, Sydney, Michelle, why are they dropping out then? If it's not because of that. Well, let me help you. What about these reasons? Me? Yes, you. You. So what do I mean by you? Well, let's have a look. What about your energy when you speak to someone? What about your paradigms? You see, we're all born with patterns. We're born with paradigms. And our paradigms and our patterns come from our environment and our upbringing, our genetics. So if you think a certain way, that's the way you're stuck. What about your philosophy in life, your beliefs, your values? What about the decisions you're taking? What about your highest intention? Some people don't get me when I say this. So I coach real estate agents as well. I have about 140 at the moment that I'm coaching. And when I say to them, when they wake up in the morning and that inquiry comes in and they pick up that phone and they say, good morning, how are you? My name's Susie. Yes, are you looking for a house? Okay, sure. How about this? Hi, good morning, it's Susie. Yes, who's speaking? Hello, Amanda, how are you? Thank you so much for calling me. Just tell me, yes, I've got a couple of questions before. Can you feel the energy? My highest intention is what? To make that client what I call a golden goose, which means a lifetime client. So every time you speak to someone, are you treating them like a lifetime client? There's your highest intention. So are we behaving like that? Probably not. And then what about these? What about your motivation, your service, your persuasive ability? What about your mindset and your purpose? What about your follow-up process? Woo, woo. Some of us don't even follow up. What about your response time? We get back to them 2 days later. What about your communication? Maybe you're saying the wrong words. What about your referral system? You don't have anyone referring to you. What about your accountability or your time management or your attitude? Woo! That's a lot to absorb, right? But this is what becoming better, it doesn't mean you've got to work on all of them. You've got to improve 1% every single day on some of these items. And that's what we generally help our clients with. I'm not, let's go fix all of them. Every single tweak to your whole business system will increase your income, your revenue, your clients. And then the value proposition, which is the one thing I'm going to address today. Because that's the starting point. So this is where the magic happens. And this is what drives prospects up your funnel. Right? So imagine you've got the funnel and you're trying to get people to become customers. So they're all coming in. So as you can see here, that little MI means a micro yes. So you've got little micro yeses all along the way to becoming what we call the macro yes, at the top where you make money, they buy from you. So let me give you a very simple example to illustrate the micro yeses. Let's say you run a campaign on Google, on Facebook. You've posted on Facebook even, or you've run an ad on Google. Someone clicks on it. They come to your website. From the website, they contact you. You pick up the phone or you call them. That is 2 little micro yeses there. But sometimes it's not that simple. I click on your website. It's a micro yes. I've said, yes, I'm coming to your website. I click to see a product. It's another micro yes. I click to see another product. It's another micro yes. I click to the contact form. It's another micro yes. I fill out the contact form. It's another micro yes. I submit it to you. It's another micro yes. You get the email. You respond to me. It's another micro yes. I agree to a call. You call me. It's another micro yes. But guess what? It only takes one no and the whole thing collapses. Now, the no can be along any of those micro yeses. I could land on your website and leave, and there goes the no. Thank you for coming. Goodbye. So unfortunately, the process is a lot of micro yeses to get the macro yes, but we only need one no and the business is gone. So what drives people up this prospect? The value proposition helps drive people up the prospect. So think about what I said in the beginning. If you're offering me someone no one else can offer me, why would I not want to get to a conclusion with you? Can you see that? If I'm offering you something that no one else is offering, why would you not go to conclusion with me? So the whole journey is pushing your value proposition until I say, I'd love to do business with you, Antoinette, right? So let me give you some examples. This lady, and this is the simplest way I can illustrate it to you. As you can see, she's pregnant. She now has her baby. And she goes to Google to look for a personal trainer who can give her some nutritional advice. Sound like a possibility? Sure. And she's gained some weight. She may be feeling fat. She may be even feeling self-conscious. She's put on some weight. She's starving herself. She could be doing various things. So she's looking to get back to shape. So she goes to the internet. She goes to Facebook. She asks her friends. She goes to Google, wherever she goes. And she lands on this handsome guy's website. And it says there, hi, I'm Charlie. I'm a personal trainer and I give nutritional advice. Sounds like a reasonable guy. Can he do what she wants? Yes. But then she goes off and Mary says, hi, I'm a personal trainer. And she goes to Jack and he says, hi, I'm a personal trainer. And she goes to Alan. He says, hi, I'm a personal trainer. And she's looking at all these people. And then she clicks on this guy. He's not as handsome as Charlie. And it says there on this website, my name is Leon. I'm a personal trainer specializing in helping dedicated mothers in Cape Town, that's where I live, lose up to 5 kilos in 30 days so they can look their best after pregnancy without giving up the foods they love. Okay, now, where are you going, ladies? Which personal trainer are you taking on? Please tell me. Who are you going to? I don't even have to tell you. You're coming to me. You're coming to Leon. But you see, here's the interesting thing. Do you think Charlie can say what I'm saying? Yes, he can. But he's just not saying it. None of you are telling me your value proposition. You don't have one, number one. Secondly, you're not telling me. Now, is this unique? No, I'm not even unique to Charlie. But I come across as super unique. Like Leon is the best guy in the world because that's all I want. I want to lose weight and I want to eat the food I love. How cool is that? Now you think, but Leon, I don't only work with one group of clients. That's fine because we also have this guy who's out there. And he's got low self-esteem, low confidence. He wants to participate in sport. He wants to put on some weight. So he goes looking on Facebook and he says, hey, anyone know a personal trainer? And people go, yes, there's this really good guy called Charlie. And I go to his website and says, hi, Charlie, I give nutritional advice. And someone says, go to my man, Leon. And they come to my other website. I'm a personal trainer specializing in helping sportsmen in Cape Town bulk up to 20 kilograms in 2 months so they can be more self-confident, have better self-esteem without feeling humiliated. Where's he going? He's coming to Leon. It's almost like 100% conversion. Think about that. I've killed my competition. Basically, I'll only go to Charlie because he's better looking. That's it. There's no other reason to go to Charlie. Okay, so can you see? That is a value proposition right there in front of you. But to find it is not always that simple. Like right now, in the last week, through our business here, myself and Scotty, I'm talking to women all over the world, 3 in the States, very high-powered women. They get on stage and everything, but they have no value proposition and their websites are not working. So here's a lady who's in training. She made $200,000 in 4 months. And look what she says. We have a powerful value proposition that Leon helped us with to say in 60 seconds. We have a beautiful website. It's actually a landing page, but she calls it a website because most people call it a website that we designed. $200,000 in 4 months. This gentleman here, $50,000, grew his business by 10 to 15% with landing pages and a value proposition. So where does this value proposition live? Well, generally speaking, your customer looks like this. And they have a problem. And I'm sure whatever business you do, you are solving that problem, correct? So there's a problem. You want to solve it. So you want the client to be all happy once they've dealt with you. But my question to you is when they come to your website, when they come there and they leave with the same face. Because they're not engaging on your website. They're running away. So something you're not doing, something you're not telling them, you're not showing them how amazing you are. So let's have a look at a typical website. But remember, I invert the funnel and I say to you, visitors become inquiries, become sales, become customers. Simple. We all want that. So let's look at just a general formula. 100 visitors to a website, 10 inquiries, and you make 2 sales. Now, some of you are making no sales. The 3 of the ladies I spoke to in the last week, the one lady's had a website for 7 years. Not 1 inquiry. 7 years. She's paying every month hosting. She's paid for the website. And she's never had a business off her website in 7 years. And she's high-powered. But she's not getting enough business now because the world has changed. It's not quite the same as before COVID. So this is a 2% conversion rate, all right? 2 customers out of 100 visitors. Why am I using this formula? Because this is the world's average. 2.35. What does that mean? How sad is this? For every 100 visitors to your website, you're lucky to get 2. So why are the other 98 running away? I'm going to show you why they're running away. Okay, here goes. Let's have a look. Why are they running away? It's because firstly, your website is dismal. It doesn't matter how good it looks. The one company I'm dealing with, one of our members, it's one of the most beautiful websites I've ever seen because it's built by a creative director. But guess what? Zero business. So what is part of the solution? Well, the other part is the landing page. And we also generally think we know what a landing page is, but once again, we don't. We think a landing page is like one page by itself on the website there, and you can come and land there. Okay. Yes, that is a landing page, but it's not the landing page I'm talking about. The landing page I'm talking about is this. It's a dedicated, standalone web page, one page, with only one focal point. So there's only one service or one product on it. And it guides the visitor to one intended conversion goal. So the goal could be contact me, download something, buy something. Only one goal, but let's break it down for you. If you said to me landing page or websites, every day of the week, a landing page. I've proved it over and over and over and over. So let me introduce you to the concept of a landing page and why it's so powerful. Number one is only one product. So without knowing what you ladies do, let's say you're a financial advisor and you do medical insurance, you do life insurance, and you do motor vehicle insurance. You can only put one of those on a landing page, only one. You can't tell people the other things you do. You only have medical insurance on that landing page. The others don't even exist. You can't even find them on that landing page. The second thing is there's only one thing you can do on that page. So you can't click anywhere. No more clicks. All you can do, give me your details if you want me to call you. The third thing, no choices. So as I said, you don't put on your medical insurance page, you don't put car and motor vehicle insurance and life insurance on there. No, there's nothing, only one product. And then there's something called cognitive fluency. So what cognitive fluency is, how simple it is for our brains to absorb information and decide what to do. So when we arrive at a website, we generally think it's instinctual or emotional, our decision when we land there, which it's not, by the way. What happens is when we land on a website, it's actually hardwired in our brain, right? And our brain and our mind decides, do I stay here or not? Fight or flight, you've heard of that. And this is hardwired. So when your brain is hardwired, you actually have shortcuts in your brain. And I'm going to prove it to you right now. I'm going to prove exactly what I mean in case you're getting all confused. Your brain makes decisions without you even thinking. Okay? So when I land on that website and my brain goes, this website does not answer my need, the people leave, 98% of them. So let me prove it to you. Are you ready? Put your hands on the keyboard. I'm going to ask you to type something in. Everyone's hands on their keyboard. Quickly, give me the color you associate with little girls. Go, type it. Come on, where are the rest of you? Bing, 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 bing.
Can you repeat the question, please?
What color do you associate with little girls? Okay, majority of you have said pink. Now, it's quite interesting that I've got two purples here and a blue. I can tell you, I've asked that question to 50,000 people and 99% of them say pink. So we have some interesting people in the room who think a little bit differently. Okay, all right. Oh, little goals, no. Okay, what color do you associate with little boys? Give me the color. What color do you associate with little boys? I'm not even going to tell you. Blue. Now, did you think about that? No, it's hardwired in your brain, right? And those shortcuts are what we call prototypical elements. So when someone comes to your website, they are expecting certain things on your website. And when you don't present those things, the mind leaves the website. Does that make sense? So prototypical elements are expectations that your mind has when you land on a website. And people don't think, they think it's just a website. Most people don't understand the science and the art behind a website. Hence why 98% of websites do not work. Okay, so now you take that landing page, you drop a value proposition. Can you see where I'm going with this? That amazing landing page talking to a specific audience with a value proposition. Oh my word. Now what you have to do is match your visitor's intent. Think, when I'm coming to your website, I'm coming there for a reason. You've got to hook me as I get there. So let's take this little scenario. This little chimpanzee, what does he eat? He eats bananas. Where does he get them from if he wants? Obviously, he goes to Google. I mean, who doesn't go to Google, right? He goes to Google, he types in bananas. There's a listing that says, get a banana. He clicks on the banana. There's a website with a banana. What's the conversion rate? He's hungry for a banana. He searches for a banana. He finds the banana. He lands on the website. There's the banana. What's the conversion rate? We got high. We've got 100%. What else have we got? Ladies, what's the conversion rate? 2%. Okay, that's interesting. Why is it 2%? Ferrari, 98%, high, 90%. Okay, we're talking high here, right? We're talking high. Why? He wanted a banana. There's the banana. All he has to do is click and buy. So my question to you, why is the average 2.35? No, Ferrari, that's the average with these terrible websites. I'm talking this equation. Don't worry about what I said in the past. I'm talking about this situation, right? If you wanted a banana and you went and saw a banana and clicked and there's the banana, would you buy it? There's a huge chance of you. So why is the conversion rate so low? I've just given you the golden formula. There it is. Thank you. We can leave now. It's as simple as that. But why aren't we doing it? Because we're not using landing pages. We're not using value propositions. We're not matching our visitors' intent. But this is what we do. We want to show them the whole fruit salad. We want to show them, we chuck everything at them because we want to tell them how amazing we are. Yes, everything we do in the world, come and buy something if you'd like. This is what websites do. And that's where we go wrong. So it's not about having a website. It's about having specific landing pages for specific audiences with specific products with a specific goal. Does that make sense, everybody? Yes? You with me? Fantastic. But we don't take it seriously, unfortunately. It really isn't taken seriously because do you know how long I've been teaching this? Would you like to take a guess? And yet I still meet people who are not doing it. I still meet my clients from 20 years I've been teaching this. 20 years. And some of them still haven't built a landing page. It blows my mind. Okay. So let me give you an example. This young man, so I help, as Scotty said, I train entrepreneurs from all over the world. A lot of them are disadvantaged entrepreneurs. So they come from very poor backgrounds. And I met this young man who's a painter. He just paints houses and he makes $400 a month. That's his income. And that's struggling where I come from. So he painted my apartment for me. I said to him, sit down. He's actually from Zimbabwe. I said to him, Hilton, I hear you're struggling. He said, I'm struggling. I said, but I paid you $400 for 3 days job. He said, yes, but that's the only $400 I made for the whole month. So I said, wow, what did you make the month before? He said, I make about $400 every single month. So I said, did you have a website? He says, no. I said, yay, yay, I'm glad you don't have a website because that doesn't help. But what we'll do is we will build you a landing page. So we built him a landing page. And this was before COVID. I met him before COVID. So he was making average $400 a month. So I said, come, we built him. There's the landing page. This is just blown up a little bit. And look how simple his value proposition was. We will paint anything you need painted so that you don't have to paint it yourself, because that's the biggest pain point. Simple. Didn't have to go all fancy. Okay. And here's the outcome. Within 5 months, he was making $7,000 a month. I mean, this is more money. In 3 months, he made $21,000 more money than he's made in his entire life. Right? Incredible. And all he did was what I told him to do. I mean, if you know, I know you're not from none of you are from South Africa. In South Africa, a $7,000 salary is more than most people. Incredible. He came, that was 20 times his business that he used to do. He came to me before Christmas. He said, come outside. He bought himself this Ford Ranger. He pulls out his phone and he says, look, I bought my brother this taxi. He bought 2 vehicles. It's insane, right? I mean, the president's son of our country knows about the story. Our financial minister knows about the story. It's just quite incredible. And all it was a simple value proposition with a very simple value proposition, simple landing page. And that's it. So it's quite incredible, actually, the story. But Hilton was at the bottom of the barrel, right? I have other clients who, just from a landing page, this guy over here, he actually sells manure. I won't give you the other word for manure because I'm sure you know what manure is, but he sells manure. And he got more leads in 3 months than he did in 7 years off a landing page. And he made $10,000 in 3 months, whereas before he made $8,000 in 7 years. So he 30-folded his business off his website. This guy here they do boreholes drilling for water. And his costs were $7,000 for 6 months, but he made $77,000 in 6 months. So he 10-folded his business. With what? A landing page and a value proposition and proper marketing. This travel agency increased their sales from 3 to 13%. And that is actually a 333% increase in sales. And this one increases sales by 433% sales. I mean, these are all clients of mine. And this one is a financial services company. He increased his turnover by 50%, and he's a very small company, but now he's probably the 3rd biggest in South Africa in terms of medical indemnity. So he deals with surgeons, heart surgeons, orthopedic surgeons, and he's now someone wants to buy him for a couple of million. So this is the very simplest form of taking a landing page, value proposition, putting them together, and then I'll be finished. And just to illustrate this, I was sitting in a workshop with 100 people, and the one woman said, I'm a travel agent. How do I distinguish myself? What makes me special? Because there's 1,000 travel agents. So I said to her, where do most of your clients go? She said, most of them go to Thailand. I said, okay. Now, this is just a mock-up, by the way. I did this. It's not a website, just my mock-up. I said, we're going to create a website. We're going to call you Queen of Thailand Travel. And we're going to give you this is a very simple value proposition, ensuring you get the best travel package imaginable to Thailand. And this whole website, this whole landing page is about Thailand, what restaurants to go to, what scooters to hire, who the safest nightclubs to go to, So she becomes the go-to person if someone wants to go to Thailand. Because 70% of her business goes, now she can take on the biggest companies in the world. Because do I want to go and book on a booking.com, or do I want to deal with someone like us who looks after me on my entire trip, right? And then she goes, okay, but what about my other clients? I said, well, then your other biggest market is 20% is Mauritius. So then become the queen of Mauritius travel. And you go ensuring you get the best travel package to Mauritius. And so we can build you 40,000 landing pages. Simple as that. And that is the simplest form of taking a landing page and a value proposition, putting them together and going out and getting yourself some business. So to end off, if you want something you've never had, you actually have to do something you've never done. And I know that none of you have done a proper landing page. Why? Because no one has ever done one that I've spoken to. Not one person in the entire world has done a proper landing page with a proper value proposition, with a proper audience, with a proper message, with a proper product. So that's it. I hope that was like mind-blowing. I hope you got some golden nuggets or there were some aha moments. But that's really what we are here to do, is to help you. And on that note, I shall hand you over to my man, Scotty. Thank you, ladies, for listening.